let's have a bit of a look at the elephant in the room in regards to this game lately. Now, let's go into my messages. And oh, look at this, it's not loading. So there's already a glitch that I'm not even talking about, just things that won't load properly. But we'll go to this. They are looking at removing the free implant removal. I've just become clan leader of our clan. I'm very appreciative that the guys have decided to have me as clan leader. But one of the reasons why I am the new clan leader of our clan is because we've lost so many good players, strong players, because of underhanded tactics. Now, players come and go in all forms of games. It doesn't really matter which game you talk about. People have their reasoning, but removing something like this, which has already been in place for so long, and let's put it this way, let's put it straight. We knew this was coming because they didn't remove the 30% option for just removing, and then they've had the A-coin option there as free for quite some time now. So we knew this was coming, but this, after all the other stuff like EM rifle rebalance, which is one reason why we lost players. The grade update was another reason why we lost players. Now we're going to remove the one thing that makes players' game diverse. This has got nothing to do with balance for the game. As a matter of fact, it's completely the opposite, because now you cannot switch your pilots without spending the resources that you've got sitting there for modes like 2v2, 5v5, and even FFA. Now, people that have watched my videos know that I run a completely different hanger for FFA as I do for 2v2, and it's different again for 5v5 or CPC. The hanger setup is different to be competitive. If you have to keep switching implants to suit each mech, this greatly limits what you're going to do with your hanger. Not so much for people that are throwing money at the game, but more for people at my level that are what I always claim to be a low budget player. I also don't claim to be an end game player, more late game, but we'll explain that later or another day. This absolutely makes it so that it affects the balance of the game something fierce. So last week my Surge was running EM rifles. Now it's running disc launchers. Now, to make Surge useful nowadays, you need to run two not mech specific, but mech implants, which for me is the ability cooldown and the ability duration. When you run EM rifle 12s on this Surge, I have to drop an ability duration so I can run the range. The reason why I run the range implant is because it gives you more punch closer towards you, and it extends out the range as well. I now won't be able to do that in a couple of weeks because I can't switch out all my implants, and I'll tell you why. Because I only have enough scrap to supply 5 mechs or 5 pilots at a time. That means all my other pilots, regardless of whether they're maxed or not, they have their implants for their weapons, and I'll show you. Let's go into my hanger, let's go into my pilots, and let's have a look. We have Asami, for example. We'll use Asami. Graviton beams is one of the main things I use for FFA. It's FFA in like 10 minutes. I won't be using Graviton beams. Not this week, but in a couple of weeks. Because as you can see, they're all bare. I have 7,620 scrap left. So I don't have enough scrap to supply this pilot. The next problem is, even if I do drop my implants off, it is going to be, let's use my Red Ox. Let's use Baron. So if I'm going to drop my implants off Baron, I'm going to sacrifice one of my sniper mechs. To remove that EM rifle range is going to be 2,000 A-coins. To remove the EM rifle damage is going to be another 2,000 A-coins. There is 8,000 A-coins in just removing 4 implants, so I can use the scrap on Asami. There goes all my resources. Now, some brainwit bean counter or whatever at Polarium has gone, well, if we charge for this, people will go and spend more money on A coins. No, they're not. If you charge for this, people are just going to go, forget your game, mate. I don't want to play no more. That's what's going to happen. So, Polarium probably really needs to rethink this. Anyway, I'll sign up on that. There's not really a lot more to say. It's a stupid move on Polarium's part. It's going to make the game very, very stale because for one, most players at my level that aren't massive spenders are not going to be able to swap around implants like they were. There's going to be no diversity in my hanger. My hanger is going to stay the way it is. For two, the free play players are going to get it even harder. And yeah, so... And I mean, even the people that are spending a lot of money are going to look at this and go, like, that's just... Why? It's just going to waste a shitload of the resources that I pay good hard-earned money for when it should go towards something else. So share it. If see how you go with it. I hope the devs see this and use their brains after it, but I probably highly doubt it. But yeah, this implant removal. Wrong button. This implant discount. Oh, they're calling it an implant removal discount. The free implant removal being dropped is probably the stupidest move they are going to make this year. Anyway, thank you very much, boys and girls. Like and subscribe as usual, and we'll try and have something more enlightening next time. Thank you very much, guys.